Hey scholars, it is Friday. This is the video for Friday, May 15th, and it is Writing Studio Lesson 7.5, which means it's time to write a rough draft. Now you've each picked different types of writing, different styles of writing. You've each filled out your graphic organizer based on that style of writing. So before I get into any more detail, objective, we learn all about it. I can use my graphic organizer to write a rough draft about life on the frontier. There will be updated shoutouts in Monday's video. You need to send in a picture of your rough draft. I need a picture of your rough draft. Whether it's text, email, you schedule a video chat with me and hold it up to the camera so that I see it. I need a picture of your rough draft. All right? So, since we are using our graphic organizer to write our rough draft, I have my graphic organizer right here. You recognize this if you watch my informational video about graphic organizer. Also, I chose to write informational. You might have filled out your graphic organizer for narrative or opinion writing, and that's okay. I am just going to model with informative today. So my graphic organizer is just off to the side where I can still see it. So if you need to go into the packet and pull out your graphic organizer to help you write your rough draft, that's okay. All right, that is okay. The rough draft is what I need a picture of. So I'll be glancing off to the side because this is where I get my information from my graphic organizer. The last time we used a graphic organizer, we kind of ticked stuff off as we wrote. I might do something similar on this just so I can keep track of my writing, okay? I've already started with an introduction. It says, people on the frontier. People on the frontier. Now, because I'm informing about life on the frontier, I'm talking about the people who lived there. So people on the frontier, I'm going to say for my introduction, people on the frontier knew how to do many different things. They needed a lot of different skills. So people on the frontier needed many different skills. Got my period. Now, I'm going to check my graphic organizer. They had to find or catch their food. So they had to know how to find or catch food. So I'm going to write that right here. They had to know how to find or catch food. And I'm going to put a period. And I'm going to put a tick mark on my graphic organizer because I wrote that in my paragraph. Next, my next one, they had to know how to communicate with Native Americans. Now, they had to know how to find or catch food. I'm going to write exactly this. They had to know how to communicate with Native Americans. When I go back and edit this, I might change some of these sentences. So, they had to know how to communicate. T-O for two. Now, I'm going to look over here because on my graphic organizer, I correctly spelled the word communicate. To make sure I get this onto my draft correctly so I don't have to do more editing than necessary, I'm going to say the letter as I write it, okay? So communicate. C-O-M-M-U-N-I-C-A consonant T-E. Communicate. A consonant E says A. With Native Americans. With Native Americans. The people who are already living on the frontier. Double checking my graphic organizer for spelling. I'm going to put that check mark because I wrote it. Bang. They had to know how to find or make shelter. They had to know, remember, so these are just some of the skills, some of the facts about what they had to do on the frontier. They had to know how to find or make shelter. So, they to know how to find or make shelter. Got my period. Now, I have my intro. I've got my 3 facts, right? Bang. I need a conclusion. I need to bring a sense of closure to my paragraph. So people on the frontier needed many different skills. My conclusion will be these are some of the skills people on the frontier needed. So, I'm going to come down here. These are some of the skills people on the frontier needed. Period. So, all right, I used my graphic organizer to write my rough drafts. Now, am I completely happy with this? Is this something that I want to share with my family, or do I think this could be a little bit better? You can always go back and revise your writing. If there was a detail you wanted to add, if there was a comment you wanted to make, if you wanted to add some descriptor words, you know, things like that, some prepositions. This is a pretty good first draft. So that is one way you can take your graphic organizer and turn it into your first draft of a paragraph. So that is it today for writing. I need to see these paragraphs. Need to see them. Please send me those pictures via text or email to get on the shoutouts board for Monday. Stay home, stay safe, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!